Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, for lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Del Toro.
Good evening, my paranormal people. We got a good show. We got a good one tonight, and very special guests and some special people. Want to welcome everyone to episode 6. I think this one's going to be even our best one. But I'm Eric Vanderlaan. I'm your host and team leader of War Party Paranormal, and I have my co-host over here next to me.
What's up, guys? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Mike Del Toro. I am a tech specialist and investigator with War Party Paranormal, and happy to be here tonight. And we got some awesome guests. It's going to be a great show.
Yep. So, what the show is going to be about? It's going to be about an event that we went to last year in Tahoe, Nevada, called ParaExperience, and we're asked to be invited to go back in Virginia City. So we're going to talk about ParaExperience, and also we have a guest of ours that's a friend, and her name is Patti Negri. Everyone knows who she is. She was a special guest there as well, and she's coming back. And I also brought in Jamie and Vivian, and they're the event directors for ParaExperience, and we're going to discuss ParaExperience for a little while, and then we're going to have Patti with us and introduce her, and then we're going to go into the evidence we got at the Tahoe Biltmore in Tahoe, Nevada. And it was pretty active. We got some pretty good stuff there, and that'll be the first half of the show. And then we'll have, as usual, Tim, tip of the week, and then we'll focus more on Patti, and we'll bring some team members, and we'll talk about mediumship and the paranormal and those type of things, and she'll tell her what she's going on as well. What do you think, Mike? Anything else I should mention? Did I cover everything?
You covered it. It's super exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think that the paranormal conventions and everything in a whole are an awesome thing for the paranormal community. And big props to them for hosting an amazing event. So without further ado, let's bring on our guest, Eric.
Well, let's roll the video first.
Aha. Yes.
Forgot about that.
Let's do that. Yes, I did.
All right. Let's roll it.
The space between, I call you there. Telepathic screams. Yeah, you know the feeling. Very deep. Yeah, you know the feeling. You know the feeling. Silently.
Don't buy one for your kid if you don't want it. There's adults like me who want a pink Ouija board. What?
And it's nothing bad. Just got to know how to use it.
Exactly. Nothing bad. You got to know how to use it.
Exactly. I mean, we're doing EVPs. It's almost the same thing, right?
It's all the same.
We're communicating.
Yeah. Pendulum, everything. It's the same. You're communicating.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
and then we close it.
And then we close it.
Exactly. Patti, what are you sensing?
Desperation is what I do. But definitely that bathroom, even when the door closes and somebody's in it, I left it out of there. It's strong.
I'm going to leave the recorder running there for a few minutes and see what we got.
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Makes me want to go there right now.
Didn't someone just say that?
Good editing.
By the way,
Nice.
music from one of our investigators, who's a rock star. That's Ernesto. That's his band, Modern Mimes. I use all the music to all our videos.
His wife is the lead singer. They rock. They're awesome.
They tour all over the place. So go follow them. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
All that fun stuff.
All right. So let's get started. Why don't we bring in Jamie and Vivian?
Let's do it.
Hello, hello.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
It is a lot of work taking over a whole town. Let me tell you what.
Right? I'm glad I could help.
Hi, Jamie. How are you doing?
Vivian?
Hey guys, why don't you tell some of the listeners and some of the people watching where they could find you guys if they want to find some of your guys' personal content?
Can't
things
even
of that nature.
begin to describe the logistics that are going into this.
It's crazy.
Yes. So for my channel, because I do have a separate channel, so this is like the third gig that I have. Because I'm that person that's like, I don't have enough projects. Let me do something else.
I feel you.
So my own YouTube channel is in the title there, The Dead Hours. It's YouTube, The Dead Hours. And mostly true crime, some paranormal. I did a lot of interviews at PEX last year of all the guests. So all of those are still up if you're interested in kind of like getting a little preview of what that looks like. But for PEX, I will I'm pointing the wrong direction. It's fine. We'll let Jamie Lee tell us where we can find the PEX website, because that is the other thing. Or I don't know if she's behind or not.
Oh, you know what? We got it right here. I'll just show you.
It's ParaExperience.net. If you guys have not been there.
Any information can be found. Yeah. I think I am. I'm lagging. Help.
Yes, ParaExperience.net. So it's www.paraexperience.net. Also ParaExperience or PEX on all social media. That's on Facebook. So it's ParaExperience on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, I think we have a TikTok that we don't have anything on yet, but like we have it reserved. So pretty much on every space you could put something on social media, we have it. You could look us up, and there we are. But that is where the tickets will be on sale as well, like Ticket Link, all that good stuff.
And last year was your inaugural convention, correct?
Yes. So last year was
it's going to be annual from now on.
Yeah, we're going to try to make it that's the goal. Is to make it an annual event. We also ultimately would like to move it around, so it's a moving target. We love Virginia City, and the whole town is haunted, hence why we decided to take over a whole town. There's multiple locations, very famous locations, as have been seen on other investigative programs, big ones, small ones. Virginia City is a favorite town for a lot of paranormal investigators, so we thought it's in the backyard. Why not? It's not that far from Tahoe. But ultimately, we would like to take the show on the road, nationwide, hopefully, fingers crossed. Keep it going every year. Yeah. And have one every year.
Awesome.
Right, cool. Well, the cool thing about your event, it's interactive, and you got like paranormal investigators that come from all over the U.S., and you get to investigate with them.
Correct. Which is a little different. That's a little different paced from a lot of she's back. From a lot of conventions. As Jamie Lee, we kind of looked into the background of some conventions, some of the other like competing conventions, and a lot of them are just like meet and greet. A lot of them are like, you sit down, you do Q&As, you can ask people questions, they do book signings, things like that. We wanted to kind of elevate it a little bit more so that people get to actually investigate with their favorite teams, not just sit in the audience and ask them questions.
And they get to drink a drink named after me, so that's always cool.
I think
Patti Negri.
One of the number one things that people remember, and I was not expecting that to be the one. Of all the different events.
No, I would never forget that. That was a pretty creative concoction. It had like a banana liqueur and something in it.
Well, you're from Florida. I had to make it
Exactly. It
Tropical.
was tasty.
Also, the thing is with those two, if people have too many of them, they don't remember the event. That's all they remember from the event. Is they
Yeah,
pop the
exactly.
cocktail. That's it. That's where the experience stopped, apparently.
Exactly.
Yeah, know your limits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, there's no limits at ParaExperience. You can go all out.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
Especially
sure.
on
to
the,
piggyback off of what Vivian said too about experience, that's kind of what we're building. We are building the para experience. So
Mhm.
that's kind of where our slogan comes from. The experience the paranormal. Normal is overrated, because it totally is. So you get
Speaking
to
about
really,
experiencing the paranormal, I think Eric actually has some clips loaded up from that night and some of the investigations that we're going to show to our viewers
yes,
and everybody as well.
Yeah, I am. And the cool thing about Virginia City, it's going to be like the Disney World of events, because you don't, at one location you have the whole town, which is
yes.
awesome.
That is what
That's
we
gonna
were
be cool.
working on. So we graduated. So basically, we decided to do it. Again, these are the kind of people we are. We're like, well, we did it big last year. Let's do it even bigger. Let's do it 20 times bigger. We don't think in tiny steps. We think in mountains. So we're like, we
Right.
had one
Real
location
big.
last year. Let's instead
Or
of
don't go at all.
Yeah, most places would do 2. We go big or go home. We're like, let's do 6 locations. Let's take over basically a whole town.
Awesome.
Yeah, we don't think in small scale at PEX, apparently.
Well, because you're talking about making it big, why don't we bring your big special guest that's going to be there? She was there last year.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video of this awesome person, and then we'll bring her on. How's that sound?
I love it.
My name is Patti Negri. I am a psychic, medium, and witch. Good witch. I only work in the light. You might recognize me from my regular appearances on Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans and the guys, or from my appearances, or from my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World. I have literally been talking to the other side since I could talk. I just kind of knew that those imaginary friends that little kids have weren't imaginary. They were real beings and spirits I could talk to. I actually think all kids can. It just gets taught out of a lot of us. Or in our modern non-mystical society, it's our imagination. But that energy is real. And the energy, whether it's the energy of what's in your home, what's blocking your life, what's in your life, is something that we can work with from an energetic field. I work elementally, like Native Americans, pagans such as I am, or shamans of any sort, with the air and the fire and the water and the earth. So that shouldn't even conflict with your belief system or your religion. Everybody understands nature because we are sitting here on this earth. So whether it's a reading, whether I'm doing a clearing, or whether we're talking to your beloved dead on the other side, or going on a paranormal investigation just because you want to talk to ghosts. That's what I do.
All right, let's not waste any time.
Woo! Oh,
I'm back. I'm on.
Welcome, Patty. How are you?
Okay, you're gonna make me dizzy.
I know. We gotta be careful with
Hi
that.
guys. It's so
Thank
good
you
to
so
see
much.
everybody.
Welcome
Thank
to
you so
the
much
show.
for coming.
Thanks.
You
Yes.
see that in unison, right?
yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for the event this year. I'm excited to go into Virginia City. I love Virginia City, and this is gonna rock. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've never been, so I'm a southeastern boy, so been some places on the East Coast. So,
Yeah.
thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So we're talking about ParaExperience, and any more information, Jamie and Vivian, you want to add before we start and talk about our investigation that we had there and some of the evidence? Our show is about is places we investigated, and we show the evidence that we. Jamie,
well,
Vivian?
if we're looking forward, we are super excited to be in Virginia City. Obviously, like Vivian mentioned, we go big or go home. So we're definitely going big. We have some classics in our ParaExperience, so some places that are well known for being haunted, but we're also very excited to bring in some new venues and some new locations that are known for being haunted. So definitely still got some details in the works, but
Okay.
it's going to be an amazing event, and we're gonna have Patti there. So I feel like bound to win.
Yeah. Already
Yeah,
hitting it out.
definitely. And Vivian, anything you want to say? More?
Basically, we do have VIP tickets on sale currently, so the VIP Plus packages are still available. If you go to, there's a link on.
There's a
I can
special
post it.
ticket too.
It's a special ticket, so it's the Room 13 ticket, which allows you exclusive access with some of our guests and some of our panelists and things like that. Some extra time with the talent. That you get to maybe have some a little bit more one-on-one time to ask them questions, to, you know, outside of a Q&A setting, you get to kind of hang out and party with them a little bit. So kind of very, very much a Viper Room celebrity bar style. So kind of that sort of thing. And those tickets are currently on sale on Eventbrite. We will have the regular tickets on sale soon as well. So you can either buy one day or both days, or all 3 days, whatever your heart's desire is. But the pricing kind of varies. The VIP ones are the ones that are up now. The regular tickets, the non-VIP tickets, will be this weekend, next weekend. We're working on it. Well, they'll be out like within the next like day or 2 days or so. We'll make sure, of course, there's a post when we have them available with everything. So if you want that exclusive VIP experience, those tickets are still available. Room 13 is the code to purchase them.
All right,
Awesome.
cool. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. And I got some evidence to show all you guys, but I mean, I know Vivian and I know Jamie, they've been on investigations as well. And we know Patty's been on many of them. So Patti, like, what was your experience?
At ParaExperience?
Actually, paranormal wise, like when we were investigating.
It was great. What I liked about, yes, it's a beautiful haunted place. Yes, we got lots of stuff, but I liked, because I read energy of like everybody there, and what was created from the ParaExperience was really like this family camaraderie, which, you know, we go in little groups, and I'm like, this is good. It made it not feel disjointed like something like that really could. So it made it be able to focus that much more in on the spirits, not who's here and who is where and who are you and where are we going. So the best part of it literally was the people who were doing the investigations. So we could like this kind of like kumbaya moment of, okay, let's do what we're doing. That was
like the best part was like I built a few friendships from that ParaExperience, and I got Levy. He's going to come down to South Florida, I think, in next week or the week after. We're going to investigate together, and there were a lot of cool people there. Built some good bonds.
Yeah, I didn't know very many people coming in at all. I knew the guys from the New Reality, and I think that was almost it. So it was like, and now we're family. Wow, how'd we do that? That's good.
It's great. That's one of the great things about these convention stuff too, is you meet a lot of like-minded people, network. You get out there and you get to see some of the up and coming people, learn from each other, and all these different things. It's definitely fun.
Yeah.
All right, so. Vivian, Jamie, like that night, did you have any type of crazy paranormal experience that you remembered? That stuck in your mind? Or I can remind you on some stuff that I got. 'Cause I got one video with Jamie. That was pretty cool.
Remember, we did have some rooms, had some crazy EVPs in some of the rooms. I remember when I was kind of walking back and forth, and then leading some of the tours, the breakout tours later. Before the seance, we had some activity in the engineering hall.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to bring Franny because she was there with us. Franny's one of our team members, more paranormal. Hey, Franny, say hello to everybody. So pretty much she was like hanging around with our group, with War Party Paranormal. We were going around all over the place. We were getting like evidence everywhere, like in like every location. And the place I wanted to start was down in that was it like an electrical room or maintenance room? That was out there in the back. I was there. Hallway. Yeah, I was getting some EVPs there, and I wanted to share one of them that I did capture. That was pretty cool. Here we go.
Do you like it when people come here and talk to you? Do you like it when people come here and talk to you?
Maybe. I think I can get out of it.
Talk to you?
There's a pause in between.
Oh yeah,
Good.
right now.
Listen.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
That's nothing it said.
Play it again?
Yeah.
Like
It's like a pause in
like
between.
like this May and then a smaller B, and the B's a lot more clear.
Yeah. Listen.
Do you like it when people come here and talk to you?
Oh.
Hear that? Weird. There was no sound that could made that while I was recording, right? We were all quiet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a crazy capture.
Love it.
yeah, right. Jamie, like there was like a woman that was a dancer that like either died there or committed suicide. Like, what's the story about that? She
Yeah,
haunts the
so
place.
there's a couple of different versions of the story depending on who you talk to, but the Tahoe Biltmore actually used to be owned by Sanford Adler, who also owns the Calneva, which anyone that's familiar with the area knows Calneva was well known for having Marilyn Monroe, the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra, big celebrity names. But they actually bought the Tahoe Biltmore as an annex to the Calneva, so there was no competition, and they started the first French Revue on the lake. So the first topless show on the lake.
Okay.
So
All right.
it was pretty
Cheers to
well
them.
known.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun times. Mary was supposed to be one of the dancers. She was the resident ghost of the Tahoe Biltmore. And the story goes is that she was actually having an affair with the owner of the property and nobody wanted them to find out. So she was supposedly, different versions of the story depending on who you talk to. There's one version that the most popular version is that she got upset when the gentleman didn't want to be with her, so she got in her car and drove down Mount Rose, which was icy, and drove off the side of the road, and then came back to where she was happy and stayed at the Biltmore.
Okay.
The other version is that she committed suicide in one of the rooms, and then the other is that the gentleman actually pushed her down the empty elevator shaft. So, a couple of different versions depending on who you talk to, but Mary is the most prominent spirit at the Biltmore. So she was kind of the one that got blamed for everything.
And I believe there were like, I don't think we sense like other spirits there as well, right? Like, I don't
There's
think it's
supposed
only
to be, I
her.
believe, 74 was the last count.
Oh, really?
So quite a few. Yeah, it was a very active place.
And probably ties to the mob as well.
Yes, that was like one of my favorite stories. Is where it was actually what we called a little mob room. I think we investigated that actually.
Is that 301?
No, it's like the little tiny room.
Oh,
tiny
the conference room downstairs.
Yeah, because
oh, wait till this stuff I show you there.
Yeah, if you look at it from the outside of the building, it looks like just a typical hotel room. But once you go inside, you get this little tiny hallway that opens up, and the only thing in that room when we first went in was like an old school phone, like the pickup on the wire. That was like
that room. Yeah, I remember now.
And then if you look at it coming into this room, you have a full view of like the main road, so you could see any police activity or anybody come into the building. Yeah, so it's actually known as the mob room. And so there's tons of rumors about that. Obviously, tons of mob stories correlated with the history. The owner, one of the owners, was the Fitzgeralds, who actually had ties to the Purple Gang in Detroit. So
Okay.
A lot of history there.
Tons and tons and tons of
Oh,
moths.
okay. So the one opportunity that I had with Patty was when we were in that room 301. Like
Yes.
weird things happened there. So does anyone know the story behind that room?
Supposedly, okay, so I only know this because I had led some investigative tours through the rooms, and one of my guests actually used to be someone that used to dance at the Tahoe Biltmore. And she came in and said, I took this tour because when I danced here, we actually used to have so many odd things happening to us. We would like have our headpieces and stuff like thrown across the room. Things would be rearranged.
Things get
So
thrown
she's
there.
like, yeah. So she was like, I was just kind of curious. And when we got to that space, those two rooms down the stairs actually used to be the dressing room for the dancers. So it actually used to be like a bedroom.
Okay.
So it was not originally hotel rooms.
Oh, okay. And that was also the room next door. I think it was 302.
Yes. So both of those,
Okay.
like one on the left, one on the right down the stairs.
Okay.
So same story.
So I got an EVP in that room. I don't know if you remember, but I was with Cody from New Reality. I'm going to play that clip.
Hello, my name is Eric.
There's something in the beginning. Hear that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Eric. Can you tell me your name? Is David here?
Yeah.
I heard like something David, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
at the very end.
Hello, my name is Eric. Can you tell me your name? Is David here?
Right there.
All right, you heard that?
Clear. Holy moly.
I seen it because it went crazy.
Yeah.
And it said, listen.
Listen.
The last tattoo. Hello, my name is Eric. Can you tell me your name? Is David here?
So that's very, very substantial because he played both recorders at the same time and only picked it up on that one,
Exactly.
which is cool.
Very cool.
To me, that's an intelligent haunting. That's not,
Absolutely.
anything else.
Does anyone know of a David? Like a history of a David being here? Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Patty, you were like sensing stuff in there, right?
Yeah, I remember a sense. I'm so glad you're showing the videos because I go into like trance state. It's kind of like trying to remember the dream you don't remember.
No,
That's
I
kind of
saw
how I
you
do
too.
things. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting all sorts of stuff. Every space we went had it obviously its own feel and it had its own stuff. And I remember something a little wacky with that one. Even the David, yeah.
Well, I got another clip that I'm going to play where I got an EVP. I had to bleep part of it out. I'm going to play that clip right now.
Let's see.
Desperation is what I just, but definitely that from even when the door closes, when somebody's in it, it's less out here. But it's strong.
I'm going to leave the recorder running there for a few minutes and see what we got.
Okay, that's good. And I also got some energy looking in from out.
The recorders.
Alright, I got these two devices. We heard you earlier. He's talking about red light. We can hear you. Someone close the door and you can see where device.
Maybe even background noise because I had the door open. That's distracting.
What a whisper.
What was that? What was that? I just got chills right now. What was that?
Alright, I got these two devices. We heard you earlier. He's talking about red light. We can hear you. Someone close the door and you can see where device.
Just say get the fuck out.
I think someone would get something out. Hold on. Something was get something.
Alright, I got
Or get the fuck out quickly.
We heard you earlier. He's talking that red light right near you. Someone close the door and he's giving everybody.
Get the f*** out.
Wow.
Right? That was pretty cool, right?
That was very cool. I got the goosebumps again.
Right?
There, that was like,
Didn't
after the
Patrick get
fact.
something thrown at him in that room?
Yeah.
Vivian, I mean,
Is that
yeah.
I think that's three. If that's 310, was that 310?
310 and 311.
310, yeah.
310 is
bottle.
yeah. 310 is the one that was on a haunted site episode. That was the one where the bathroom, ironically enough. Patrick was
It's
coming
always
out.
the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out of the
Danger
bathroom,
zone.
and a shampoo bottle got thrown behind
wow.
him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's weird
right?
how much activity you always pick up in bathrooms. You know, it's I don't know why that is for
Invading
sure.
the
But
privacy.
yeah.
I know
wait.
it's water. It's the water. I think
Oh, that makes sense.
water's
Okay.
a conduit. Water's a conduit. I find that too.
Ah.
You want to go talk to spirits, go find water, running water.
That's true.
That's why houses that have water going under them, around them, all that, you're going to get more stuff.
Because I did
even
notice as
just-
an investigator that we pick up a lot of activity in bathrooms and things of that nature,
Yep.
and that makes a lot of sense. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's the water
Well-
and the mirrors.
And even
Oh,
down
right.
here, we have
Yeah.
in South
That's
Florida,
true.
we have not only water, but we have limestone. They say limestone is
Limestone
also
properties.
a conduit.
And mirrors.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Exactly.
So they're like
Should've stayed in
portals.
that bathroom longer, right? But so the next clip, so I want to go to the mob room, and this was like the last night, and it was the last ghost hunting event, and I don't know, Jamie, you had like this one guy that was sort of like giving everyone a hard time, so yeah. Well, I don't know. He got real quiet when he went with me in the mob room. I'm gonna show you why. He was like an angel. I got him seriously. And the cool thing is, you remember Carrie who was there, who won the raffle and got the SB7?
Yes.
Well, listen to what happens to her the first time she uses it in the mob room with me. Check this out. We're going to introduce ourselves to you, and after we're done doing that, I want you to say someone's name that you like. My name is Eric, so you already know me.
Erica.
My name is Francesca.
Sherry. Oh, sorry. Carrie.
Dylan.
Jacqueline. Carrie.
Say someone's name that you like. Carrie? You said Carrie. Did you hear that? You like Carrie? That was pretty cool. On your SB7. Carrie? It said Carrie. Did you hear that? Carrie? It said Carrie. Did you hear that?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? Like,
So
That was
cool.
my SB7 they won, by the way.
exactly,
That
right?
was my SB7.
Yeah.
Like who gets that? Like, I don't know. That mob room is pretty wild, and I think it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Like for me doing ghost hunting events, like I've always noticed, like when you get different groups of people, you get different energy and vibes. Sometimes with one group you don't get much, and then the other one it's like crazy active. Well, this was one of those groups because before I wasn't getting anything in there. So I want to show a couple more clips real quick.
Then we got to do the tip of.
I think this one got something just by the way the light was moving.
Yes.
It almost sounds like, yeah, I'm afraid. Listen. Wait, play it again.
Yeah.
No, but listen after that.
Yeah.
I hear afraid
Yeah,
after
afraid.
that. Play it again.
You don't have to be afraid of us.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You can almost hear it.
That's crazy.
That's somebody talking.
I like crazy. Crazy's good.
That was crazy. That was a really
Exactly.
good. That was a really good EVP.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we're gonna go to Tim real quick, but I wanted to play one more, and then we'll wrap it up with the ParaExperience, and then we'll continue with Patti and focus more on her. One more, but that room was like crazy. Franny, like it was like nonstop, right?
It was just nonstop. And Carrie for sure had a ghosty crush, I would say, for sure. Whoever that spirit was, definitely like Carrie. Yeah, is very attracted to her. Yeah.
So speaking of Carrie, that wasn't the only time she got her name called out. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Wrong one, sorry. And you didn't touch the chair?
She did not. I seen.
No, she's not moving.
You didn't kick the chair?
No, I saw her. Like she's still like that, just moved by itself.
That's pretty cool, right?
You finally sitting next to me?
Are you trying to get Lori's attention?
Did it just move again?
Did you just sit in the seat next to Carrie?
Are you trying to get Lori's attention? Did you just sit in the seat next to Karen? Are you trying to get Lori's attention?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I heard Carrie again.
Yeah.
You hear that? I said, yes, Carrie.
Carrie.
Listen.
Are you trying to get Lori's attention?
Yes.
Did you just sit in the seat next to Karen?
Carrie.
That's the way it happens.
That was a good voice. Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Weird,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I
That was
love
cool.
that. It gets really quiet right at the end, and
Did
it's
you
like,
hear it?
Did you guys hear it?
Did you guys hear it?
I didn't.
No.
And we can reach
Yeah, go
out
over
there.
here. That was good. That was good. Oh, look.
Wait, is your chair touching
Did
that
you touch
one?
that?
No.
Well, your legs are crossed now.
No, I'm not
You may
touching
have bumped it.
anything.
Nope.
Nope. I have a hand right here, so I know.
It's even, it takes a lot, even when you like.
Yeah.
Let's do
There it goes again.
Let's doing it again.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I had a strong feeling that there was a spirit there that liked Carrie. That was also afraid. I mean, I don't know if like something happened with that spirit back during the mob days, but it was pretty cool. So we're getting activity, EVPs off the recorder, off the SB7, and then we get the cat balls going off, and they're all focusing on Carrie. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, just real quick for the people that aren't watching, that are actually listening on the KGRA or on one of the future podcasts. From what I seen in that clip, it looks like you had a cat ball sitting on the chair next to Carrie, and that was triggering and going off as well in the video. When you heard the excitement, it was the cat ball getting triggered in the seat next to her, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, so Jamie, Vivian, any more plugs you want to shout out for ParaExperience, where they can find you. I know more information is coming out soon, so they can keep in touch with that.
Yeah, guys, definitely go ahead and check them out. Grab some tickets. Check them out on their social media. We want to thank you guys for joining us. We're going to go ahead and continue right after this with the tip of the week, and then move on to bring in a couple other team members and stuff like that. And we really appreciate you guys coming on to the show.
Of course. Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for having us. Ton of fun.
Coming
Anytime.
on.
You're always
And
welcome.
We'll see you in Virginia City, and you can find them on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, ParaExperience.
Yep.
Right?
On all social media channels, you look and you'll find us. And
Keep
also,
watching.
if you're looking for the website, it's paraexperience.net. Keep watching. We got some cool stuff coming for you.
Awesome. Thank you very much again.
Thank you so much, guys.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Stay spooky.
So, tip of the week.
Tim's always going to have this little intro there.
Hey guys, you see the REM pods flashing around, man? It's kind of cool. Felt good flipping back and forth. Hi, I'm Tim Arnold. I'm your long-haired ghost hunter here with the tip of the week. Now we're getting into the investigation. There's three types. There's a preliminary, full, and follow-ups. Tonight we're talking about the preliminary. Now the video, way too much equipment for a preliminary. Preliminaries are usually short, 2 to 3 hours long, minimal team, minimal equipment. But it has 4 purposes. 1, now you're going to get a look and feel for the place. Look around, see if anything's obvious. And also get a layout of the place. Because if you have to come back, you want to know how much and what type of equipment you're going to need. Get a feel for the place. What's the vibe like? Good, bad? Check out any sporadic heaviness or cold spots. All right. 2, now you're going to get face time with the client. And of course, you're going to talk about the activity, any changes. But take this time to get a sense of the client. Could they be inadvertently contributing to the activity? You know, is there tension in the house? Is there alcohol, drug abuse, mental illness? Now, I'm not saying if they have all those, there can't be paranormal activity. I'm just saying you're there to get answers, and that's just part of it. Okay? 3, baseline readings. Now, baseline readings is you're kind of mapping out the place for abnormalities. You're looking for EMF spikes, temperature drops. And it really doesn't take a lot of equipment. You can bring a plain K meter and an infrared thermometer or a millimeter. And we'll get into the tools as we go along. Now, when you send your team out to do EMF sweeps, make sure they sweep everywhere, corners, outlets, everywhere, because you're looking for spikes. Now, 1.5 milligauss and below is normal. Anything above that is a spike. Now, why are we doing this? Because if you have prolonged exposure to high EMFs, it'll play with your head, like you're being touched or you're being watched. Some people get nauseous. What causes EMF spikes in a location? AC handlers, breaker boxes, computer routers, computer towers. So if you get a spike, make a note. Now you're looking for temperature changes, drops, at least 5 to 10 degrees. Okay? The theory is that ghosts or spirits will suck the heat energy out of the atmosphere to manifest. Now, what causes temperature drops? Well, obviously AC vents and fans, but could also be poorly sealed windows and doors. So if you get a drop, make a note. Now, remember, you're only using a couple pieces of equipment, but don't forget your most on-hand equipment. Use your senses. Look around. Do you see things obvious like mold? Mold can make people sick. Listen. Do you hear tapping or scratching? That could be loose pipes or animals. Feel. Again, you're feeling for sporadic heaviness, cold spots. Smells. Smells are big with residual hauntings. The most common are pipe tobacco, flowers, perfume. Now, if you get a smell without a source, make a note. Now, at the same time, people can be taking pictures, doing EVP sessions and things like that. Remember, I told you, do not share raw EVP evidence with the client. That still stands. But you can refer to it. Like, let's say you're doing an EVP session and you get the name John. You can walk up to the client and say, hey, does John mean anything to you? Well, yeah, my Uncle Johnny died 2 years ago. Great. Take that information back to your EVP session and try to build a conversation with it and see how far you get. Now, you're going to take all this information, what you felt, what you heard, evidence, things like that, and you're going to do purpose 4, debunking. Now, you got to ask yourself and the client, was I able to debunk all or part of your concerns? Or on the other end of the spectrum, are you now comfortable with what we caught, like the John thing? Now, if you get a yes to any one of those, you might not need a full investigation. But chances are you will, so be prepared for it. So listen, that's your tip of the week. I'm Tim Arnwine, long-haired ghost hunter. Next week, we're going to be talking about prepping for a full investigation. So thanks for tuning in. Great show, everybody. Patti, thank you so much. And the ladies from Parax, thank you so much for being here. And we will see you guys next week.
Thanks, Tim.
That was awesome, Tim. Good job, man.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very informative, as always. And I love the intros. Everybody loves the intros.
Yep. Anyone can learn from Tim, even the experienced investigator.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep. All right. So let's bring in Patti.
Hi again. That was
Hey.
good tips. That was good. Like, oh yeah, that was good.
Tim's good. Yeah.
You having
I
a good
learned a
time?
lot from him for sure.
All right. So Patti, why don't you share what's going on? I know you have a book.
I do. I have a book, Old World Magic for the Modern World. It's really a kind of like a hack book. It's about.
It's right there. Look,
it's right here.
you're not the only one that has it.
Oh yay! No, I wrote it because I like to simplify things and I like things fast. So literally, you don't have to be like a psychic or a medium or paranormal or a witch. It's just like how to relax in 30 seconds because who has an hour to meditate? You know, how to find love. Easy. Okay.
Bullet
How to
points.
weight loss.
Awesome.
Okay. How to talk to the dead. It's just like a simplified version, a super easy read. So yeah, I have that on Amazon or my website. I've got all sorts of fun things coming up, some of which I can't talk about, some of which I can. I'm getting ready to go to the Winchester Mystery House next week to do something. And then after that, I'm going to be at Wisconsin Paracon, which is good. And then I'm going off to Ireland for a Game of Thrones tour. I'm ambassador on that. Yeah. And then it's around. I'm loving traveling around with you para people.
I see you everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere I look, you're.
I know
you're
everywhere
busy.
except at home. My husband's like, "Where's Patti?" I've started a thing on my podcast on my witching hour. It's like, "Where's Patti?" Willow report till I get to talk to my dog, a minute a week, and then where's Patti? So that's it. I have a few good TV things coming up. I just worked with Jack Osborne and Katrina Weldman on Portals to Hell. I don't know when that new season's coming. We just did that. That was fun to work with them for the first time. Just did a Basketball Wives, which is fun when you do a paranormal on a non-paranormal show because they're like, they don't know why did the cameras drain? I've got more work with my TFIL, my YouTube guys, which I'm having fun with all of them. And another Cecil hotel. I've done Cecil with Ghost Adventures and I've done Cecil with my TFIL guys. And I just did a CW show called Mysteries Decoded, I think, all about the Cecil. And I don't know when that's coming out. So that's a crazy place. I was going to say we should hold a Paracon there. No. No.
Why not? I would love to go there and do a Paracon.
I don't know if it's in the best neighborhood there. Eric.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'd be
your own security.
A rat the first time there would not let me in. And usually, rats can scare you and they scatter. This rat went the same way I did. I'd go right and he'd go right, and I'd go left and he'd go right, and we're dancing. It's like, I really got to get in this building, rat. If that building comes in at you, what I want to do is gather everybody I know and do like a big hold hands and like clear the place because they're moving in people right now. It's like now it's low income and homeless housing. And that place is I don't want to say it's going to kill people, but it's going to kill people.
I mean, that place has a very dark history.
Yeah. Especially people with maybe some mental imbalance or an alcohol or drug problem, which is kind of everybody moving in.
And then you have all the energy that feeds off that as well.
Already happening. It's already happening. I know somebody who lives across the street, and the sirens and the ambulances, because that particular building, it affects living people, like makes them overdose if they do drugs or jump out windows or throw their baby out windows or bring in serial
so
killers.
sad.
And it affects the other side too. There's some big created energy there that's holding in a lot of spirits.
It feeds
too.
it probably.
The Night Stalker actually lived there at one point, didn't he?
Yep, Richard Ramirez and another serial killer.
Yeah, another serial killer as well.
Yeah, Patty, this is Joe, by the way. Joe's one of our investigators. Is a good friend.
Hey, Patty. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And Joe is a sensitive, and he is kind of new to it. Like he's always had that.
He's learning things that he didn't realize he had. Now he's tuning into things.
It's nice,
and that's kind of a neat experience.
It's kind of weird and exciting and scary sometimes. But I'm trying to figure it out.
Figure it out and learn to not be scared. You are in control of your gift. And the more you have the gift, number one, for your sanity, come up with an on-off switch. That is my sanity since I was a kid. And you can get fancy with a dimmer switch, but I'm going to the grocery store, off. I don't want to talk to anybody's dead mother in the produce, off, on. And it makes the on that much stronger. And there's way. I mean, I have a school now. We teach this stuff, and it's amazing what we have. People teach paranormal investigation, psychic development, mediumship development. We teach witchcraft. We teach crystals. We teach astrology. It's really affordable. So the veil is thinning. There's more and more stuff going to happen. There's going to be more and more need for paranormal investigators, for mediums, for psychics, because we're
the school's
Magicus,
right?
Aquarius, yeah.
The name of the school is Magic.
University of
Magicus. We were talking
Magicus.
about this. University of Magicus.
University of Magicus. And that's a little tongue-in-cheek because we call it like a real-life Hogwarts, but it's super affordable. Because there is nothing like it. So like literally $10 a month, you can get a class a month. There's people who go to like 8 classes a week, and I have like 8 or 9 teachers now. On staff, we have witches, vampires, Catholic priests, demonologists, paranormal investigators, all positive magic, but we'll go everywhere with it because that's what we do.
Patty,
Franny, you had a question, right? Oh, go ahead. You go, Mike. And then Franny had a question.
No worries. I've been thinking about this and talking with some people and different things. And, like back in the early 20s and stuff like that. And then again, there was another spiritual age. Do you think that we are coming upon another, like history repeating itself, another spiritual age where people are starting to, it's becoming less taboo and people are starting to willingly be more open to it on your everyday basis?
100%. Yes, it is repeating itself because the veil is thinning, because more unexplainable in what we know is normal terms. But yes, and it's always happened. Number one, the veil is thinning. Number two, we're scary times. We've had this COVID thing. We've got war in the Ukraine. Whenever things get really scary, people as a rule would always turn to their faith, turn to religion, go to church, go to temple. That's not doing enough for everybody. And so they're discovering kind of maybe new alternative, either new age or old pagan ways like myself. And some people still I don't want religion, or I don't want spirituality, but I want to know there's something more than this, more than what I see on TV with Putin. They're becoming paranormal investigators. Yeah. And like, I want to know there's more. Let's go talk to ghosts. There's something more than this. And from that's a backdoor. Then a lot of people are, discovering spirituality in any and every form. It's just, but to me, whatever that magic is, just how you navigate, whatever word you want to put on it, that's your template. So it's a roadmap for you to navigate both this life and then the other worlds.
And that's something funny that John, one of our founders, kind of said to me on the first day that I met him, and he was kind of drilling me a little bit and asking me some questions before I kind of joined the team. And he goes, listen, I don't care what religion you are, what faith you are, or whatever. It doesn't matter to me as long as you can understand that the difference between positive vibes and negative vibes and use that energy and everything. And it was very refreshing to hear.
That's what our whole school, we do not tell you, we will never say this is the way or this is the truth or this is a truth. This is a possibility. You figure it out what little, almost like a template you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use typical, Judeo-Christian words, great. You want to get all new agey, great. You want to talk old pagan, whatever, great. It's, you're right. It's light and dark, good and evil. Go from there.
Well,
Whatever
Patti,
you want. Or you could feel science.
Yeah,
non-denominational. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you'll know about War Party Paranormal is we're very eclectic and diverse. Not only we pride ourselves on the scientific approach, but also we go outside the box and, we go the sensitive approach. I mean, we have mediums that are on our team. They're all different. They all have like their different, I don't know, like talents or specialties that they do. We have people from different religion. We have Christian. We have Wiccan. We had a pastor that was on our team, and we all like are one big family, like very close knit and everything. And
with one goal in mind, and that's to help people that have paranormal problems.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we're moving to. I think that this new spiritual age, you First Church of whatever, it's spirituality. It doesn't have to have that many names to it. I love that you guys do that.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing about Franny that's unique about her, she's a newest member on our team, is that she has some type of sensitivity as well that she's developing. But to learn more about it, she went and got a degree, and I'll tell her what she did.
Yeah, so I have my degree in psychology. Ever since I was young, I've always felt like I was open to the spiritual realm during my dreams and all that. So I just kind of, growing up, thought I was going crazy. So I kind of went some rational thought to it or some scientific reasoning. So I majored in psychology, but obviously I didn't pursue psychology nowadays as a degree or anything. Obviously, you can see it goes against what I'm doing. But I just felt like that was a good way to kind of open up my mind or get more knowledge on the subject or whatever the case is. But I definitely feel like I have empathic abilities or been an empath growing up. I haven't seen so much, but if anything, I would say definitely in my sleep, but like in my most vulnerable state, I feel like I kind of connect to the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you get out of your own way. That's what I teach. That left logical brain is great, and that studying psychology is great because we need that for the other side too. Yeah. They're people too. But it's learning to shut this down and go with that right intuitive side and then dance between it so you can translate. My grandfather was this very famous psychoanalyst, psychologist, very scientific, very Hollywood set, but he was this practically evangelical atheist, did not believe in anything otherworldly, supernatural, or religion. But I read his books now and I'm like, oh, Grandpa, you sort of believe the same thing I do, and everybody, you just use academic words or science words. If you take it down to the energy through line, it's the same. There's these basic truths.
Yeah, you see like connections with all different types of religions. They all have some type of similarity,
Yeah. And most psychologists are atheists too. Funny thing that you mentioned that the majority of them are atheists. Like all my professors and everything are all like atheists. Yeah, they don't have any. Yeah, it's all about scientific. Yeah, like that's what they believe in, science and everything else. And funny thing, reading your book, I'm actually learning the dream magic with the K. I always wanted to see if you can elaborate more on what the K stands for in magic and why that's so important in your book and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the K, I think was it Crowley or Gardner? Somebody came up with the difference. Putting the K on magic shows that it's magic, like we move energy and do things versus we pull a rabbit out of a hat or a card trick. That's illusion, and that's supposed to be a trick. We want to fool you. This is we really move energy and whatever you want to call it. And my dream school is exactly what you're saying, how you do really well in connecting with spirit in your sleep. But that's because we go to sleep and that left logical brain doesn't interrupt and interfere with everything. So water is a conduit. That's why bathrooms are haunted. Water is a conduit. We are almost 60% water. Our planet's almost 70% water. That's emotion. That's how you connect in. So you put this glass of water down by the bed and say, okay, whether I want to talk to my spirit guides or I want to talk to dead grandma or I want to know what outfit, you're charging this water and you're literally telling the universe, God, gods, whatever words you use that you want to communicate in your sleep when you're out of your own way. And it works. Crazy works.
Yeah, it's true.
I need to try that because sometimes I'll just It's funny you were saying the bathroom. That's where I have a lot of the experiences are in the bathroom here in my home. That I'll go take a shower, and before I even get into the shower, I just hear Joe. I look out, my wife's not home, or she's somewhere else, and it's like, God, here we go again, and then it'll progress. I lay my head down on the pillow, and as soon as my head touches the pillow, it's hello, hey, he's here, this and that, and it's weird. That's why I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm also accepting everything that's going on. So my biggest thing is I do the Estes method a lot, and when I do that, I have very vivid visuals, and I get really affected by it. And sometimes we had a time an investigation that I even told Mike, I go, if I do this tonight, I'm gonna get attacked. I don't think I should do it.
Yeah, you didn't feel right at all, and then I stepped in. I did it because I feel like I'm pretty closed off. But yeah, you weren't feeling it that night, and that was a good thing. I said, kind of go with your feelings. If you're not feeling it, and you feel like something might be dark in the area, then don't do it. If you feel you don't want to be vulnerable, then yeah, definitely. I think that you got to go with your gut on things like that.
And trust it.
Go ahead,
I'm
Patty.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, and trust it, and then also again, on-off switch. Come up with an on-off. Said we are done. Investigations over. Click off. Light switch off. Close down. Close that portal right there in the back of your head. Shut it down. And they can't. This
and
is
that's
still
funny.
our
It's because
realm of existence.
Joe, that's what you said you were kind of working on, right?
Yeah, it's something I've been working on, and especially before bed, I've got it kind of down packed as far as saying, okay, hey, I'm done. I'm going to sleep. It's done, and that's fine. But what I have not done is put that into practice. Let's say on an investigation, because we have some of these locations that the energy is just so intense in there, and I'll get affected. New River Inn a couple weeks ago, I got severely affected, and I had to get out.
He looked really sick.
Yeah. Well, he's opening himself up
a few times. Yeah, but I'm not learning to shut it down.
But you can, and it's easy, and you can. And then put this sigil under your bed, and nothing can get you. I swear to God, it's a rune. I don't go on scary things without wearing this medallion. I have this under my welcome rug, and it keeps out burglars and bad spirits. I wear it in a medallion.
That's awesome.
It's sacred geometry, not necessarily my drawing. It goes in, close it out.
I already did.
Nordic.
Do the same. Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. She's the best.
I don't know how you feel, but I feel like even people who are skeptical, it's like, hey, I don't feel anything, I don't sense anything. I think everyone has it. And I think I'm a perfect example of that, because when I first got into the paranormal, I didn't believe it. I'm like, come on, really? I want to go on an investigation and see what it's all about. And when I first got into it, I was more into the equipment and everything. And then when I got with War Party, I met people who were sensitive, and they taught me, try not to focus too much on the equipment. Open up your mind, and you'll see what will happen. And that's what I do now.
Yeah, they say one of the most important tools to use as a paranormal investigator is yourself.
Your brain. Yeah, exactly. But I've learned to open up my mind to where now crazy things happen. I can literally go to places now and say my name, Eric. And I can't describe it. I think for me it's more like an intuition type thing. I can't explain what it is, but I just go with it on an investigation, and then things start happening.
Yep. That's how it works. Again, you're open the door, close the door. That's
exactly.
It's kind of funny is that Joe and Eric were both talking about things that both happened at our last investigation on Saturday night. We were at the a cemetery where there was a mass grave from a hurricane in 1928 that came through, and it flooded Lake Okeechobee, and it killed thousands of people. And Joe was using the restroom, not even investigating. He was just using the restroom on the property, and there was a knock
this is
on the
awesome.
window.
You got to tell her.
Yeah, there was a couple knocks on the window. Joe, you go ahead and tell what happened.
Well, no, it's literally that I had gotten there early with two other investigators, friends of ours, Jenny and Armando, and it had just gotten dark, and I was like, I gotta go pee. So I walked over to the bathroom. I didn't have a flashlight. There's no light in there. All there's is a window. So I set my cell phone down so I could see what I'm doing. And then I just get bang, bang on the window to my immediate right. And I was like, okay, so good. Now it's starting up. And then later on in the night, I was telling the guys about that, and then everyone else ended up having an experience in that bathroom.
Yeah, so Eric and I were walking, and Eric goes, something's drawing me over here. So we go to that location, and sure enough, we start just rapid fire and getting all kinds of great EVPs. It's like just Class A EVP, and right when we pulled in, I kind of saw a light anomaly in that same area that Eric was drawn to. And then later in the night, I said, you know what? Let's go to that bathroom. I want to go check it out. So I took a look at the window.
He was following his senses.
Exactly. And I went to the window to make sure that I went to the window to make sure there was no branches and just look or something that could be falsely identified. And there was obviously nothing there. I went inside the bathroom. Closed
there was
the door,
actually a screen on the window itself on the outside. So
yeah, nothing could knock on it.
No,
So then I go inside. I get a couple EVPs, and I say, I'm in there by myself with a camera, and I say, if there's anybody here, can you make a knock? And sure enough, I get a knock on the door. I thought somebody threw something at the door. I checked; they weren't there. Make a long story short, that's what kind of asked me about, I was talking about the bathroom, and you answered that question. Mirrors, running water. That's especially in the middle of a cemetery of this nature where there's a mass burial. That's very interesting stuff.
Yeah, we both got also the exact same thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like, we're like all pretty like close knit. So like, it's sort of weird. Like when things like happen, they all sort of like connect to us in a weird way.
The energy, you're connected,
yeah,
and the closer you guys get, even when I was talking about the PEX thing, we created that from these little small, just thrown together groups that were different groups, and that helps. So you guys having your own unit,
definitely, yeah. We all investigate together. It's always pretty much the same core group of people together, and we're always just once it starts, it does not stop throughout the night.
Yeah, definitely. So, Patti, anything else you want to say?
No, I'm excited about this. I'm glad that I think it's going to be a combination of the ParaExperience and Virginia City is going to be off the charts.
I can't wait.
I've been to Virginia City. This is going to be off the charts because she said it is different than a lot of cons. So yeah,
I'm excited.
Everybody join us.
Yeah, come to ParaExperience.
Do it.
ParaExperience.net. That's where you can reach them. And let me play that on the bottom so everyone can see. And you'll find Patti there as well. And there'll be some other guests as well. You've heard of the Haunted Side. They're well known. The New Reality. They're all out there in that area. Out east, you have We're Party Paranormal. And you have Levy up in New York. Chasing Shadows. And then about, I don't know, maybe it's not too much in the middle, but you have Central Utah. They're pretty amazing as well. And then I heard some more groups are going to come. So I want to thank Patti for coming on our show. It's quite an honor to have you, and we look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. It was my honor. You guys are great. You're all great. I can't wait to see you again, or those of you for the first time. So thank you for having me on.
No,
we're
totally
all like
appreciate it.
sort of awestruck here right now. Like Patti.
That's how I feel like the first time I met Patti.
I remember you were so cute.
Oh, thank you. I was super shy. I didn't know what to say.
I went up to Patti and I'm like, Franny, my friend with me, she like really likes you, but she's a little shy, and I was gonna like throw her at you, okay?
I think I first met Patti. I was like, I love Willow. Like I didn't know what to say, which is true. The Willow report. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah. No, I'm as normal and weird as all the rest of you.
No, weird's good.
Weird's
Weird's
good.
great.
And it's an open invitation. Anytime you want to come down, we hold
Yes.
public events all the time with people. We have a lot
We'll
of
do
locations.
private events, just our team, whatever you
So
like.
if you want to come down and investigate, and
I'd
you
love
want
it.
to visit Florida, come on down.
Come to
I've
Florida.
got to get there. I've got to get there. Never
Mojitos and Ghost.
Yes.
That's all
On the
she's
beach.
gonna make.
Yes.
On the beach.
Yes.
All right. So
you,
I want
guys.
to thank
you.
everyone else our teammates who are on the chat, and all our fans and the people who join in. We appreciate you coming in every night and engaging with us, and our shows. We'll keep making them better and better for you. And stay tuned for next week, because we are going to be at the Aerojet rocket facility out
My
3
favorite
miles
place.
out in the middle of the Everglades. Patty, we can take you there, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Not only do you have to worry about ghosts, you got to worry about pythons, alligators, snakes, spiders.
That's the scary part. Ghosts I can handle.
And
Just
people.
Oh, and
And
skunk,
people,
you forgot
yeah.
skunk
Yeah,
ape.
people.
There's skunk
And
ape
skunk
out
apes.
there. Our Florida version of Bigfoot.
I could take them.
You gotta
That
check
sounds
that out.
fun.
That sounds fun.
All right. So everyone have a great night. Thank you, Patty, again.
Thank you, Patty.
for being on our show.
Bye.
And we look
Bye,
forward to
Patty.
seeing
Nice
you
to meet you.
soon.
Bye.
Take care.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right.